I'm Adam Manshell for Pro Football Weekly, joined by senior editor Eric Edholm with the way we hear it on the Carolina Panthers. And Eric, you've been following this situation very closely. Tell us about what's going on right now with Steve Smith and the Panthers.
Well, the star wide receiver who's played for no other team since 2001, he's been a Panther for life. There's some strong indications that once the football operations get started in the NFL related to the lockout, we don't know when player movement can begin. It's possible and possibly likely that he could be a former Panther when it's all done. He has expressed some interest in playing for another team. He's talked to team officials about possibly being traded. The latest activity was right before the lockout. He cleaned out his locker. He also cleaned out his luxury box suite that his family uses for game days. Has a lot of photos throughout his football career. I've known him for a number of years, and he's never actually done this after the season. So I think there's a little bit more to it than just a little spring cleaning, so to speak.
Obviously, frustration surrounding a difficult season last year. He's really been the face of that franchise for a few years now. I mean, how hard is it for him to come to this decision?
I think it's been very difficult because he's made his home in Charlotte. He's lived there. He's raised his family there. He's got 3 kids, interested in possibly adding more children as well. And so, his roots are in Charlotte, even though he's an LA kid and came from the West Coast. I think it's about his football career, trying to make a run at the Hall of Fame, perhaps. Maybe make a run in another Super Bowl. The Panthers made it, did not win against the Patriots. Steve's had a tough career at times because Jake Delhomme has struggled, Jimmy Clausen, Matt Moore. At different times, these guys haven't thrown the ball. It'll be curious to see if the new coaching staff can somehow convince them, we're going to throw the ball, we need you, Steve, especially if Cam Newton might be the pick.
Right, we know they have the #1 pick overall. Maybe Cam Newton's their guy. Maybe it's now. We've heard A.J. Green possibly that would be on the other side of Steve Smith if he was there. You talked about that Steve has talked to the organization about this. What are they doing now with this information?
Yeah, I think they're in a holding pattern right now, and I think they want to sort of see what happens with the labor stuff, when is player activity going to begin again. I suspect they're hoping that Steve has a change of heart. I think they would like to keep him. There's so few veterans on this team after Julius Peppers and Thomas Davis went down. This is a very young football team right now. They can use that leadership. I just don't know if Steve wants to be a part of the process or not. He hasn't really spoken on the matter yet.
Obviously, it seems like it could be a rebuilding situation, and it's a tough one to go through when you're that far into your career. That is the latest on the Carolina Panthers. For the best information in the NFL, be sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.